Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I am Muriel and this is Nurse Muriel, and this is a short little video, y'all. I just wanted to tell y'all what happened to me the other day when I went to work at my PRN job. So I get to work, and for those of you who have been watching, y'all know I started a every other weekend supervisory position back in I think June at a facility, and I went staff like that because I was getting canceled so much on certain agency shifts. So long story short, I had asked them for a raise back in, I think it was like the latter part of October. I just wanted like $3-4 more an hour. And I wanted that raise with the offer that I would, instead of supervising every 2 weeks, I would work a cart. A full 12-hour shift. I would be a nurse every other Saturday, Sunday, work a full 12 hours. They could choose 7A, 7P or 7P, 7A. That way I could fulfill that need for an RN every 8 hours out of 24, and they would no longer require a nurse. So I would be essentially fulfilling the RN need as well as working a cart. And y'all, these people told me no. They was like, they couldn't afford to give me the raise. And so at that point, I stopped going there. But I wanted to maintain PRN, so I maintained a PRN status. So I went and picked up a shift the other day because I wanted to stay on their PRN log. Mind you, I didn't realize it had been so long since I went there. So when I went to clock in, my clocking didn't work. I reached out to the scheduler and let her know my clocking doesn't work. I must not be in the system anymore. And she said, okay, well, I will let HR know. So she was like, HR is on their way, and she will get you back in the system. So I was like, okay. So I went ahead, got report, did everything. So when HR gets there, it's a new HR person. And she came to me with a piece of paper, and she was like, hi, Miss So-and-so. And I was like, hi, how you doing? And she was like, yeah. She said, I just wanted to let you know. She said, when you last worked here, when you got hired here, you were hired as an RN supervisor, weekend supervisor. And she said, and being that you're not supervising anymore and you're going PRN, she said there are some requirements for the PRN status. And she went over what the requirements were. And I really wasn't feeling them, but I was like, okay, I'll do it. It was like, have to do 1 weekend out of the month, but it could be like a Saturday or a Sunday. It didn't have to be Saturday, Sunday. It could be 2 Saturdays, however I wanted to do it, plus 2 holidays. That's where I had the issue, but I was like, okay, whatever. But then she got into the money. She was like, well, being that you're no longer supervisor, this will be your rate. Y'all, while my rate had dropped like $4.30 an hour. Again, I'm working, so I'm not really, I'm not really, in my mind, I'm like, okay, that's fine, as long as I can remain on your staff, and that's fine, because I was only going to do the bare minimum, which I wasn't even going to come for those holidays. They be saying that, but I wasn't going to come do them holidays. But then as I was working and I got to thinking about it, I was like, why would I agree to this? You're agreeing to less money. You're giving up your potential of making more money going somewhere through an agency that shift. And this is an hour and a half away from your house, when the staff job that you picked up near where you live is now paying $6 more an hour than this. And why would you do this? So I went to the HR and I told her, I was like, you know what? Never mind. Don't put me in the system. I said, this can just be an agency shift. I said, because this facility utilizes the agency. I said, I'm currently working with this particular agency. You can put this in as a shift for that agency, and I don't want to be in the system anymore. So she was like, okay. She was like, yeah, I just wanted you to understand what you were signing up for when you take PRN. And I said, yeah, I didn't think about it long enough, but now that I sat and thought about it, no, I don't want to do that. And so that particular shift was a 12-hour shift. It's an agency shift. So instead of me I would have been making like $420 for that shift, something like that. I ended up making $600 for that shift, y'all. Just imagine if I was at $34 an hour, what I would have been making now. Y'all know nurses, and we getting paid pretty good. For those of you who are in school, it gives you something to look forward to. I made $600 for that one shift. But on the downside, now if I sign up to work that shift, if I sign up to work for that company with agency, I probably won't get accepted because I am an RN. So that's on the downside. I probably won't be able to get a shift with them. But if I do, I'll be making considerably about $180 more per shift than I would have as a staff member. Really more than that because they were going to decrease my pay. So I will be making about $200 more as an agency person versus a staff member. But that's only if I get a shift. So yeah, guys, I just wanted to jump in and tell y'all what happened to me the other day because really think hard when y'all consider going staff places. Really think hard if it's worth it versus being an agency worker. Yeah. So anyway, guys, talk to you later. Bye.